The clown knife or the Chitala ornate, it's on the screen, have a humped back with an elongated body. They're kind of flat on the sides and they have very small scales, and they're typically going to be silvery gray in color, though is an albino, and there are a few different knife fish out there, but today we're just going to focus on the clown knife. Now, in the wild, these guys are native to, now keyword in this sentence is native, to rivers in Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Southeast Asia, basically. But they have been introduced into other areas of the world, and they're actually now one of the most invasive species of fish in the state of Florida, mostly southern Florida. They actually are a sport fish now. So they're also known as the clown featherback or the spotted knifefish. They're actually a highly sought after game fish in areas of Palm Beach, Florida. So there's people that go down there just to hunt these guys for game fish now. I'm sure you can Google it and you'll see pictures of these guys getting held up. They're going to get massive. They get over 3 feet long with the right tank parameters and everything going for them. They do have a lifespan of about 10 years, so a longer lifespan fish. They're a nocturnal predator, so they're going to be underneath the roots that overhang or underneath anything that overhangs water, so that when fish swim by at night, they're going to just eat them. So tank wise, you're going to want something very large. If it was me personally, I wouldn't be putting these guys in anything smaller than a 120. But even that's probably too small. You probably want to get a 200-gallon tank for these guys. A lot of places online say 55 gallons are okay. Maybe for juveniles that are only 3 to 6 inches. But as these fish grow up, picture, if you would, a 55-gallon tank. Now put a 40-inch fish in a tank that's only 12 inches wide. It wouldn't be able to even turn around. So honestly, you're going to want a bigger tank that you can get for these guys. If you really want to try keeping them, you're going to need a large volume of water for them, so they have plenty of space to, maneuver and not just go front and back and get stuck. Temperature range, you're going to want to keep between 75 and 85. Remember, Southeast Asia, warm waters. Palm Beach, Florida, warm waters. And a pH of 5.5 to 7. Now again, these are a predator fish. You need to take that into account when you're looking at the diet they're going to be eating in your tanks. Now in the wild, they're eating small crustaceans, they're eating worms, they're eating other fish. Now I personally don't condone feeder fish, so I'm not even going to suggest you use feeder fish. You can give them a good pellet food if you can get them on a pellet food, something like a carnivore pellet from Hikari, or a monster food from Extreme, something big, high in protein. You can try feeding them shrimp or prawns. Not live ones, you can get the frozen ones. Or you can try and feed them earthworms if you have a good earthworm colony in your backyard, or you want to go to the bait store and buy earthworms to feed these guys. That's what they're gonna be eating in the nature. Just think big food, because again, 3-foot plus fish. Now, they are aggressive by nature, or semi-aggressive, depending on how you want to look at it. People have had some success keeping them with other fish. Think bigger plecos, bala sharks, arowanas, giant gouramis, iridescent sharks in the same tanks. Things that aren't going to be overly aggressive toward these guys, but also not small enough that the knife fish will try and eat them. So think slightly bigger fish, not super aggressive, things that are going to cohabitate well with them. You're not going to want to keep them with any super aggressive cichlids or any of your flower horns or things like that. You might just want to keep them by themselves. Don't put 2 males together. They will kill each other. Bottom line, these fish are not for beginners. I'm not even going to say they're for intermediate people. This is for your expert aquarist that's been doing this for decades, knows all their stuff, has done all their research, has read books, as many books as they can on this species, has got all the knowledge they can possibly have, and has the setup to keep them in something like a massive river environment or something in their house, or in an aquarium or something. Honestly, these probably shouldn't be in the hobby at all, but they are. So let's try, if you're going to keep them, to keep all the knowledge you can and keep them in a tank that is big enough and not a 55. Anyway, I'm going to only give these a 2 out of 10, and that's being generous. You've got the massive tank requirements. You've got the feeding issues, trying to get them on the right food. And they're also not that good looking. Anyway, as always, thank you all so much for the support on all the videos. Everybody hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your opinion on the clown knifefish. Do you think they should still be in the hobby? Do you think they should be allowed to be sold? Do you think a 55 is a good enough size for a 3-foot fish? And until next time, I'll see you guys later.